Good evening. My name is Morne Fischer, and I am presenting a brief presentation on the role of probiotic supplements during antibiotic therapy. It's something commonly taken when people are on antibiotics, and so I want to explore the area and just do a brief informative presentation on why probiotics may be beneficial when someone is taking antibiotics. Now, as an overview, I am going to go over the following. Just a quick explanation of what the microbiome in the gut is, what probiotic supplements are, what the effect of antibiotic therapy is on the microbiome, and then the role of probiotic supplementation during antibiotic therapy. Now, the gut microbiome refers to the millions of microorganisms that live inside our intestinal tract. These organisms play a vital role in the digestion of certain nutrients that would otherwise be indigestible, as well as the synthesis of some amino acids. And they may even play a role in our immune system. Some researchers found immune modulating effects from these microorganisms, mostly bacteria, but also some fungi, like yeast type cells. So let's go into probiotic supplements. Probiotic supplements are supplements most often sold in the form of oral dosage forms like capsules. They contain colony-forming units of various microorganism species. These will then populate or repopulate the intestinal tract when they are consumed. Now, various species are used in these formulations, and it varies from between different products. Some are multi-strain and some are single-strain. And among the species, there are, for example, Lactobacillus reuteri, Lactobacillus acidophilus, and even Saccharomyces boulardii. The latter one I mentioned there is actually not a bacteria, but a yeast organism. So it does not simply refer to bacteria, but the various organisms that we find in our gut, largely bacteria and also yeasts. Now, the effect of antibiotic therapy on the gut microbiome is, I think, quite easy to understand if you know what antibiotics do. Antibiotics kill microorganisms, and therefore, as a side effect of the therapy, also cause a disruption of the gut microbiome. And the effect most commonly found is antibiotic-associated diarrhea. It upsets the gastrointestinal tract because the balance is disrupted, and antibiotic-associated diarrhea is the most common side effect. Obviously, a loss of the microorganisms that are beneficial to us in our gut may also then cause a loss of the beneficial effects that they provide in the symbiotic relationship that we have with them. So this leads us to the following slide, where we can discuss the role of probiotic supplements during antibiotic therapy. And largely, probiotic supplementation results in an improvement in the symptoms of, and maybe even the appearance of, antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Now, this has been found in research. So the probiotic supplements we take then during antibiotic therapy combat these effects and may soothe or at least improve the whole gastrointestinal disruption. So it rebalances the gut microbiome and therefore may restore the benefits of these microorganisms which they provide, from digestion all the way to even the immune modulating effects. And the improvement in these side effects may lead to better adherence when we are on antibiotics. So a big challenge, of course, and something we hear about quite often is, as health professionals, is antibiotic stewardship. Often we have concerns about resistance to these to antibiotics from these organisms. As antibiotic therapy becomes more and more prevalent, uh, the more resistant organisms are the ones that survive these courses of antibiotics or these incomplete courses of antibiotics, resulting in increased resistance uh, when infections arise again. And so when someone doesn't adhere to its course properly, the risk of resistance increases. And therefore, if we can help people uh, to be more adherent to the courses of antibiotics, we have better outcomes in general in terms of treating infections and also then long term preventing, or at least limiting, the occurrence of resistant type infection. So that was a quick overview of probiotic supplements and why I, as a health professional, do recommend uh, when a patient is on an antibiotic course that he or she takes a probiotic supplement. It's definitely beneficial and provides various benefits as well as comfort because of when we consider the side effects of antibiotic therapy. So thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been somewhat informative. The following slide that I'm showing will just refer to some references for further reading by this specifically comes from the National Institutes of Health from the United States. But there are various other resources online that explains from an unbiased perspective the various benefits of probiotic supplementation during antibiotic therapy. Thank you very much.